Hey everyone, we are in Krasnoyarsk. Today is January 31st and we're about to go on a trip to Lake Yessey. Uncle Ivan, we decided to test out your present a little bit. You're not gonna walk 100 miles anymore, are you? No. There's a guy looking at me amazed. We decided to tie onto another post because our car was flipping over there. We met a hunter who had rented a reindeer. We're shooting a film for Alexander Kondrashov's channel. He was supposed to come with us, bought the tickets, but his plans changed, so he stayed to warm his butt in Dubai. We're now in the Rosomachia. Before that, we had a trip to Bakhta, where we broke the boat, our ribs, and teeth. This time, we decided to ride on a winter road. We sent the car from Moscow to Krasnoyarsk. The car carrier broke down on the way. Yesterday, Dima and I were supposed to fly from Moscow to Krasnoyarsk. Dima flew to Krasnoyarsk and I flew to Novosibirsk, then drove 500 miles to Krasnoyarsk. Dima was preparing everything. Hi, Dima. What's up, everyone? Shooting a movie. Everything's set. We packed our car. We have so many things. Everything is completely packed. This is all we have. I'll show you everything and tell you more as we go along. Alex Kondrashov. It's a shame you didn't come, but we'll go on a trip with you some other time. Now we're leaving Krasnoyarsk for Lake Yessey. It's around 1,600 miles. I forgot to mention that we're first going to Bakhet, to Ivan, our relative. We prepared a small gift for him. Today, we stopped in Krasnoyarsk and bought him this Buran. It was available, so we quickly bought it. A southern car in the north. It's 12:30 a.m. We have to drive 250 miles to the first gas station in Nezhesyisk. We'll tell you more after that. So I'm preparing. Bought myself this jacket. It's just great. Got these pants. I bought these boots. There's another pair of boots in there. These boots are for driving the car. I also bought some dishes, cans. This is a soft mat for the folding bed. Gas cans, ropes, oil, a chainsaw. I got all kinds of things. A screwdriver and other tools, saws, ropes, gas cans, a suitcase, axes, a saw, a thermos, folding beds, dry fuel, winter fishing gear, bags, and sleeping bags. This is our fishing tent. Here we'll have a stove. We'll dig some pits here. It'll be 68 degrees inside. Or we'll set up a stove here. See? I'm standing here at full height. And you can also sleep here. We're in Yeniseisk. We've driven like 200 miles. We've driven 230 miles from Rosomachia. By the way, we fueled our boat at this gas station when we went on a boating trip. Yeah, we did. We're filling up our car and all the gas cans. So far, we've pumped about 27 gallons. The car has an additional tank with a capacity of 42 gallons, plus the tank of the car itself is about 21 gallons. And we have a gas can, which is 21 gallons. So we'll have around 84 gallons of gas. It says 14 degrees Fahrenheit, but it's pretty cold. Like, very cold. Dima's filling the gas cans with gasoline. We aren't allowed to go into the gas station. They took the money through the window. Tell them about this Arctic diesel. What's it called? What's the word? Krasnoyarsk oil products. There was diesel for $3.6 there, and here it's $2.83, but we're afraid to buy it. However, they say that this Arctic gas can withstand up to negative 76 degrees, and this is the one a woman told us that about can handle to negative 52 degrees. We filled up the gas cans and tanks. Now we're stacking them on top of each other. It's pretty heavy. We also got some fuel for the chainsaw. We're leaving the gas station in Yeniseisk. We have a satellite telephone because after Yeniseisk there may be no signal. Our next stop is our Uncle Ivan's house in the village of Bakhet. It's about 500 miles, 450 to 500. It's 6 a.m. in Krasnoyarsk now. We spend an hour on the gas station. Gonna be crushing the Yenisei River now. It's probably about 50 feet deep underneath us. I think it's 65. We are driving right on the Yenisei River. All right, we've crossed the river, and now we're heading to Bakhet. Good morning. We're still driving. It's 9 a.m. We've driven 120 miles from Yeniseisk, and it took us 3 hours. Road's good. well, could be better here and there. If you're driving without a trailer, of course, you can go much faster here, but we're driving carefully. Dima's having a nap. Check out this view. It's quite cold outside, -13. There was a turn to bike kit. The sign says it's 250 miles to the town. We turned, and now the roads become narrower. There are very few cars here, but it's much better and more beautiful. And here we have the first interesting situation. We're running out of diesel in the tank, and the pump from the additional tank stopped working. We can't transfer the fuel to the main one. Let's have a look. Take off your glasses. I can see the pump, but I don't see the filter. There's the pump. It's attached with 2 bolts. We could change the filter from here, but there isn't one. I couldn't find the filter. I'm a great mechanic, huh? Yeah. The winter's so beautiful. It's 3 p.m. and we're still driving. Maybe it's because of the trailer that we're driving so slowly. We're shaking terribly. We're afraid of losing it. But since we can't lose the gift for Ivan, we're driving very slowly, and we got a little bored. Uncle Ivan, we decided to test your present a bit. Hope you won't be mad at us. We're testing the Russian snowmobile Baran for Uncle Ivan. How was that? Test is over. It's good, isn't it? Yeah, it's awesome. Would you like to try it? Nah, I'll ask Ivan later how he likes it. Uncle Ivan, the snowmobile passed the test. After testing the snowmobile, we are driving, crossing the river, the stream. See the tracks? Animals go to the watering hole. Animals go to drink water from everywhere. I don't know if you can see the tracks on the camera, but they drink water from here. I mean, it's -4 Fahrenheit outside, and this thing doesn't freeze, and animals drink water from here. We've noticed a sign on our way, and we don't know where to go next. Dima, where should we go? Knock on it with a shovel. To get the shovel, we need to detach the trailer. But you said you had a shovel nearby. Yeah, but first we need to open the trunk for that. There's a stick, let's use that. All right. Here we go. Back it, left. It's around 137 miles to go. You wanted to go straight. Yeah, I did. Now you know. Now we know where to go. All right, Dima, what's the temperature outside? It's 3 degrees. So far, our record has been -16, and now it's 3 degrees. Bike get left, 137 miles. So, we've been driving, and man, we're just filming a movie. We met this guy. What's your name? Alex. We met Alex. We're heading to Bike It, and it's 118 miles to the town. Where are you going from? From Yenizisk. And how far have you already walked? Well, I've walked about 30 miles there, then I got a ride, and here I walked another... Wait, you walked 30 miles? Yeah, I've walked about 15 miles here. How long does it take to walk that distance? 4 hours? Around 5 hours. You walk for 5 hours at -18 degrees. Yeah, we'll definitely give Alex a ride to Back It, but we just don't have space right now. We want to put him in the gas truck that's coming in 5 minutes. Alex, can you tell us why you decided to walk in such cold weather? Well, I need to make my living somehow. I'm looking for a job now. Okay, but do you understand that you might freeze on the way if no one's around? I'm moving, and I still have a couple of cigarettes left. And they're keeping you warm? Well, not much, but they help a bit. It's all packed. Put him in the gas truck, and he's going in that to the turnoff. Then we'll take him to Bike It. We'll squeeze him in and make some space for him. We can't just leave him here. But right now, Dima and I are sitting here talking with him. He's just blown our minds. I mean, we were out fixing the winch on the snowmobile, and my hands are freezing. And he said he was going to walk 120 miles to Bike It. I mean, we believe him, but we also don't. It's just mind-blowing, to tell the truth. Igor, the gas truck driver, gave Alex a ride to the turnoff. We're transferring him to our car now. Alex, we were just discussing with Dima how you blew our minds. How many days would it take you to walk 120 miles? I think it'd take 3 to 4 days. Would you sleep? No. 4 days without sleep. Yeah. Can you show us your shoes? I'm curious. Yes, there's some fur in there. Do you have thermal underwear? So, Alex has thermal underwear. Do you have some food with you? No. 4 days without food. I haven't slept for 2 days either. Oh, you haven't slept for 2 days before this? Yeah. Wait a minute. I've been hitchhiking for 2 days in Yenisys trying to get a ride. I have the most expensive Arctic clothing. I'm sure if I put all of it on, I'd die in about 15 hours or so, probably. We transferred Alex from the gas truck to our car. We still have 75 miles to go to Bike It. Just so you know, where we picked him up, it was before the gas truck turned. We'd been driving for 2.5 hours, and we still had 3 more hours to go to Bike It. How long have you been walking? I've been on the road for 2 days, and I walked for about 4 or 5 hours. So, dear subscribers of Alexander Kondrashov who are watching this, share your thoughts in the comments, please. I would really like to hear them. I'm curious to know, who would dare to walk 120 miles in negative 20-degree weather without sleeping for 2 days and having no food with you? We've arrived in Bike It. Alex is delivered safely and unharmed. Yep, thank you for your help. Please don't do that again, Alex. Thank you very much. You're not going to walk 100 miles anymore, are you? No, I'll try to find some people to help me. Don't leave the town when it's negative 20 degrees. Hello, Uncle Ivan. Hey! We've arrived. We're in Bike It. Hello! We brought you a gift. You'll use it to go fishing now. We're unloading at Uncle Ivan's. What time is it now? 1 a.m. That means that it took us 19 hours to get from Yenisys to Bike It. Ugh. My head's not thinking straight. Uncle Ivan meets us with grapes, beer, and vodka. We are now gonna feast on a lot of different kinds of food. Moose liver? It's deer. Deer liver, meat jelly, Chechen flatbread, right? Yeah. Fried and salted mushrooms. Well, cheers. Cheers. Thank you. Good morning. We woke up. Yesterday we were so tired that we didn't even have the strength to record a video. We had dinner, went swimming, and went to bed. Today we woke up at 9 in the morning. We're loading our stuff into the car now, and we're going to the fire station to warm up our filter so we can transfer fuel from the auxiliary tank to the main tank and change the filter. This is the beauty of Uncle Ivan's place in Bike It. It's snowing, negative 13 degrees. Uncle Ivan says there's not much snow this year. Usually there's 4 or 5 times more. Our diesel froze in the system. We got that diesel in Moscow. It's F-class, not meant for such cold temperatures. As a result, we can't transfer the fuel from the auxiliary tank to the main tank. We are at the fire station. Uncle Ivan helped us to get here. Now, the car will probably take a long time to thaw because it's about 60 degrees Fahrenheit here. We decided to take apart the car ourselves and fix everything here. We've just talked to the locals. It takes about 3.5 hours to get to Tura, and at least 1.5 days to get to Lake Yessey. But if there's ice, it could take 2 or 3 days. Today, we'll decide on our route. We fixed everything, changed the filter, and warmed up the fuel. It took us about 2 hours. We packed everything on top. Now we have plenty of space in the cabin. We're going to the gas station right now, and off we go.
I'm your gas jockey.
What?
I'm your gas jockey.
Uncle Ivan's refueling the car. That's our gas station. This is Uncle Ivan's G-Wagon. How much is per gallon?
1 gallon?
Yes, $3.30. Okay, thank you. $3.30. How much is the gasoline?
$2.83.
Is it 92 octane gasoline?
Yes. It costs $4.20 at the other gas station.
Where exactly is that?
A gas station further down the road.
We refueled where it was cheaper, saved a little so we can stay for 2 more days in the cold. After refueling, Uncle Ivan said he'd take us to the highway. There's a cafe and we'd take a picture with him next to it and then we'd continue on our journey. We're at the place and just look at this cafe. This is the cafe. Some piss on the snow. So yeah, how many miles do we have ahead, Dima? 320 miles. 320 miles to drive, right, Uncle Ivan? To Tura? 320 miles. What time is it?
3:51 p.m.
So we're leaving Bykit for Tura at 4 p.m. Uncle Ivan, thank you for your hospitality.
Have a nice trip. I'm looking forward to your return.
All right, let's go. There's some water on the road. Here's the water. By the way, we were told that there are some streams with warm water coming from underground, so the water doesn't freeze, even at minus 20 degrees Fahrenheit. We were told that this ice builds up when warm water comes out. It's very slippery, impossible to walk on. Warm water comes from underground and forms such ice. The ice road was there. Such ice was formed, and the ice road was made there. And all this is ice. Is the water frozen there? No, this is a small lake. Wow, it's 1 degree Fahrenheit outside and the water hasn't frozen. Touch it. Is it cold? No, this is cold. What about the water over there? Oh, that's a frozen lake, a small frozen lake. Dima's testing his new rifle. Dima shot at the ice and the bullet went through it somehow. Here, did you see that? Yeah, and the bullet came out. Show the bullet. This is what the bullet looks like. Imagine what kind of hole it leaves. And I also have a 10,000 lumens flashlight, so this flashlight shines about as bright as the car's lights. The car's lights look like this, and the flashlight shines like this. This flashlight is considered the most powerful in its small size. We just crossed the river, and here we sank a little bit. But then we saw this thing on the road. The water isn't frozen. How deep is it, Dima? It's around 12 inches deep. 12 inches deep. There's a small stream and a hole like this. Pierce it more. It was all right. Let's try to drive on this big puddle now. I don't want to drive on it. We're approaching the Nizhaya Tunguska River. You can see it on the navigator. And it says that the ice road runs along the river. Right along the bank of the Nizhaya Tunguska River. The town of Tura. 117 miles to go. And maybe the road along the river will be smoother. And we're having an early breakfast at 4 a.m. in Krasnoyarsk. We're eating grayling caviar. We bought it in Krasnoyarsk. We caught the fish ourselves and salted it. Yep, we did it all ourselves. Now we'll finish eating, and then we have another 118 miles to go. I want to point out that a sandwich is proper when the caviar is at least twice the thickness of the bread. That's a proper sandwich. Alex Kondrashov, do you remember how we ate roach? You cut it open, take out the caviar, eat it, and throw the roach into the Volga River. So my question to you is, are we eating caviar the right way or not? Dima is about to show you how to eat these proper caviar sandwiches. We have a small piece of bread, and to eat less unhealthy foods, we do it like this. We put on lots of caviar, so it falls off. And a bit of bread. This way we can eat a whole jar of caviar in one go. Here's the right way to eat proper sandwiches. Do you know what interests me the most? You've asked me like 15 times to film you eating caviar. I'm filming you, and the jar is about to run out. Sorry. You're deliberately distracting me. You're asking me to film you eating caviar so that you can eat it all. This is just a small piece of bread. Yes, it's small, but there's almost no caviar left. We still have plenty of jars in the car. My mouth's watering already. Keep on shooting. Okay, I'm done. I want to eat. We decided to look through our thermal imager again. Hold it higher. I don't know if you can see it or not. And hold it like this. This is what we see here, and here's what we can see through this. Good morning. We're still driving. 62 miles to Tura. It's 9 a.m. We slept in the car for an hour and a half because we are very tired. It's minus 11 outside. We are still driving on the river. The left bank and the right bank. That's the road. Our car never lets us down. Dima wants to have a bit of fun. He wants to shoot through the ice. Shoot at that far target. Good. As we approached Tura, we saw two men sitting on the river and fishing. Hey guys, how's the fishing going? Nothing at all? We've only been here for about 15 minutes. Can you tell us about it? We've never gone winter fishing before. We're traveling from Krasnoyarsk to Lake Yessey. Oh, how's the road? Oh, it's pretty bad, man. We're going 75 miles per hour in some places and 10 miles per hour in others. Ice road is bad, huh? No, it's actually good. Yeah, the ice road's awesome, but the road before the river's really bad. Are there any ice buildups? There was one patch of really deep ice, but we didn't drive on it. Our friends are planning on coming on their SUVs, BMWs. They'll make it. So, what kind of fish is in there? Grayling, lamprey, whitefish? I'll fix the ice. 3 feet. The auger goes all the way in. I see. These guys have an electric auger and fishing rods. Where you come from? I'm from Moscow and he's from Sochi. You guys don't like the warmth, huh? We like to travel. In the summer we go fishing on rivers like the Bakhta, Podkamenya, Tunguska, Teya, and Velmo. We decided to try winter fishing for the first time. We checked the weather a month ago and it was negative 100 degrees in Yessey. Yeah, we wanted to experience that kind of cold, but it didn't work out. Here's Tura, the town of Tura. It took us 19 hours to get here, including an hour and a half of sleep. We also spent 3 hours taking pictures, fishing, shooting guns, walking on the ice, and just hanging out. If we hadn't done all that, we could have made it here in 15 hours. Now we're going to the hotel to take a shower. Then we'll... Oh, look. The sign that says Tura. Hello, Tura. You found a guest house in Tura. Here's the guest house. Hilton by Tura. Hello. Can we stay at your hotel for a night?
Yes, you can. Do you have to film us?
Oh, we're filming a movie. We came from far away.
Okay.
They have a restaurant here.
A room for one night. Do you need a double or
double
single
room.
room? Your stay will cost $46. Since you have no reservation, it's a walk-in rate.
What's your most expensive room?
The most expensive is a suite, which costs $90.
We'll take that.
Only one, right?
Yeah, does it have 2 beds?
No, it has only one big double bed.
That's all right. We'll take that.
You'll both be staying in it on one bed, okay?
We checked into the guest house. We are extremely tired. We'll take a shower now. We decided to relieve some stress and have a bottle of beer. For the first time in a while. We drank some at Uncle Ivan's. This is the first time we drink beer because drinking on the road is out of the question. Yeah, the road's been really tough. I mean, if you compare it to a good highway, you can drive 1,800 miles, for example, but I spent 15 hours driving those 180 miles. Then the road got a little better. Cheers. Let's get some sleep. For 2 hours at least. Yeah. They gave us the keys to the room. It's the most expensive one, just as we asked. Dima, come in. The door's open. It's called a wigwam. Did you know that? Yeah, it's the premium suite. So, this is our suite. Got a fridge, a table, everything. Bathroom. A shower. You're like my wife. Every time we check into a room, she films everything and asks me to wait outside with the luggage. Yeah, my wife does the same thing. Yeah, and I have to stand there waiting, really needing to use the bathroom. We won't be taking a shower because we really just want to sleep. This is the view from our guest house window. Got a balcony here, too. There's our car. Got some snow here. Make sure you're wearing a hat. I'm going to stand here and watch how people look at me. The weather is great. My hand's stuck to the fence. Barely managed to detach it. So we're on vacation. We are up. We slept for about 2 hours. An hour and a half to 2 hours. As always, someone calls you, wakes you up. We took a shower and had some tea. Dima, a good friend of Uncle Ivan's, greeted us and told us everything, explained everything. We went to the store, bought some groceries. Now we're at the gas station filling up our car with the Arctic diesel, which costs about $4.56 per gallon. Next, we want to eat somewhere and then continue on our journey. This is Dima. Thank you for your help, Dima. He's Uncle Ivan's friend. After refueling, we had a meal at Dima's. Food was great, thank you, Dima. And we set off. We've driven 5 to 10 miles from Tura. And here, we stopped at this checkpoint. There's a rope blocking the traffic. Here, we register, provide documents for the car, passport, license. They check our weapons, verify and record our information, and then we can drive through. After the registration and all the paperwork, they open the barrier, and we set off. We have to drive 370 miles, 6:34 p.m. in Krasnoyarsk. So, let's go. Lake Yessey's waiting. There are roads where we can speed up to 75 miles an hour, but only for 5 minutes. Here's an abandoned frozen truck. We also have roads where we drive at a speed of 2 miles an hour. The temperature outside is negative 32 Fahrenheit. Well, we can really feel that. The windows have already started to frost over. The hood's covered in rime. We like it. There are also trucks like this on the ice roads. It has no wheels, no windows. It's probably been here for like 5 to 10 years. Oh, no, it does have wheels. Broke down at some point. They didn't manage to repair it here. And they won't evacuate it because it's much more expensive to deliver this vehicle to civilization than to buy a new one. That's why they leave them here. And the other times we get to drive on this kind of road, an ice road. We were driving and saw reindeer tracks. There are so many of them. Everything is trampled by reindeer. Here too, these are all reindeer tracks. We noticed these tracks about every 60 feet for about 100 miles. There are a lot of reindeer here, but we didn't see a single one in the thermal imager. They're probably afraid of us. So we were driving further and further, and then we noticed this. A nibbled deer leg. It was just nibbled and eaten. By some animals. We've driven about 200 miles towards Lake Yessey. We're feeling a bit tired now. We can't take turns sleeping because of all the shaking. It's 7 a.m. in Krasnoyarsk. We started driving at 6 p.m. Been driving for 13 hours, and now we want to get an hour of rest. Good morning. We had an hour and a half of sleep. We woke up and have driven for only 10 minutes. We're now in the tundra. And the forest has smaller trees and bushes instead of larger trees. We are in the settlement of Chilinda. It's about 60 miles to Lake Yessey. We took a wrong turn around here and ended up at an oil depot. There's the oil depot. And Impiski power grids. Hello! Hello? Hello? Can you please tell us how to get to Yessey? Turn left at the fork and continue straight. Okay, so we just need to turn left, right? Yeah. Thank you. A local man told us where to go. We finally arrived close to Lake Yessey and the town with the same name. We have about 12 miles left to go. We stopped to rest a bit. Many people told us that we would not get to this town in such a short time and that it would take at least a day and a half. And it took us about, I guess, 24 hours to get here, or even 23 hours. But if you subtract our short nap, which was about an hour and a half, and we also were shooting various videos stopping, I think it's probably another 2 hours or so. All in all, we would probably get there in 19 to 20 hours. Yesterday, I taught the audience how to eat grayling caviar, and now you're going to teach them. I will teach you how to eat capelin caviar. Oh, okay. Since when does capelin have black caviar? Well, this is a super capelin, and it's only found in Lake Yessey. Capelin caviar is eaten differently, so I'm about to show you this special technique. So you just smell the bread instead of eating it? Yes. Glad we made it. Really? Well, we're not there yet. I have never had a trip like this. Really? Well, we still have the same return trip, 370 miles, 20 hours, and as I understand it, you and I are going to stop in the town now, do some business. I mean, we'll buy a reindeer or a couple of reindeer. We'll check out the town, and in 4 hours, we'll have to drive back to catch the flight. This is a short summary. Here's a short summary. The territory, which historically came under Russian control, is very large and beautiful. I've never been to such places before. But despite the fact that I was very tired and slept only 10 to 12 hours in 5 days, not that I'm thrilled, well, it is important that the goal is we kind of achieved it. Now, I want to show you on camera where we're going so you get a better idea. This is Lake Yessey. This is our route ahead. Let me zoom out a bit. The red dots are Moscow, and we're here on the edge of the geography. The town of Yessey. We are here. There's no connection, but Uncle Ivan gave us his friend's phone number. We'll call him now using the satellite phone. Hello? Could you help us? You know everyone here, don't you?
Some of them lie.
Just a second. Do you know Vasily Osogostok?
Asagasa?
Yeah.
Go straight, turn near the store. There is a turn behind the store, and Vasily's house is there.
Okay, so it's right by the shop, right behind the shop?
Yes, it is.
Are you local here?
Yeah.
How long you been living here?
Oh gosh, 1,000 years, I guess.
1,000 years?
Since I was born.
Were the frosts strong?
Hell yeah.
And today, the frost is weak, only minus 30.
Well, it's snowing.
Okay, thank you very much. Goodbye. We are having a little adventure. We stopped in the town of Yessey and asked a local woman where Vasily Osogostok or Golostok lives. She said, go straight across the small lake and turn left at the bridge. There's the bridge. We cross this small lake. The locals either walk or use snowmobiles here. And we got stuck. We hooked the winch onto a post, and now we'll be pulling the car out. I'll show you in a second. We hooked the winch onto a post. Here's our car. Press and hold this button. Now press in. We're either going to knock down the post or pull the car out. Come on. The post is shaking. That's okay. Turn the steering wheel to the right. Come on, it won't fall. It's all frozen. We decided to tie onto another post because our car was flipping over there. Dima's tying the rope. I'm wearing my Arctic clothes. First time it's come in handy for me. It's designed for minus 90 degrees. It's negative 31 now, and I'm feeling pretty hot in it. I'm sweating. Only my hands are cold. I'm holding the camera with my bare hands. Clothing's just excellent. The brand is Fela Miela. We are using another rope. The first one broke. We got out another one. Guys, move away from there. The rope could break. Turn right. Turn right, Dima. No, it might snap the levers. You've turned the wheel in the wrong direction. We're pulling it forward, and you've turned the steering wheel to the left. Continuation. It's minus 35 degrees outside. I've put on my mask. I didn't mention my clothes before, but I feel like I'm sitting at home watching TV in this clothing while we're pulling out the car. Now we've hooked the back of the car onto the pole. We are good to go. Sure? Yeah. Here we go. Great. Winches are cool. Now these local kids will help us find Uncle Ivan's friend. Hey boys, what town do you live in?
In Yessey.
Yessey?
Yes.
Good. Do you guys go to school?
Yes.
And you're playing outside in minus 30 degrees?
Yes.
Why are you carrying an axe with you?
To protect from
Oh,
dogs.
I see. How old are you?
I'm 9.
What's your name?
Dennis.
Dennis hangs out with his friends carrying an axe. If a dog attacks you, you'll hit it with your axe, right?
Yes.
You're brave kids. Thank you for showing us the way. Thank you, boys. So, we are butchering the reindeer this way. We'll cut them up and take them with us. These are Yessey reindeer. We bought 4 reindeer in total. We just started loading everything into the car, and the right rear wheel went flat. The pressure was 0.9 atmospheres, and now it's 0.7. This is very bad. Adventures are just beginning. It's negative 40 outside, and we've been at it for 2 hours already. The compressor broke down, but luckily I didn't throw out my old one. It's not working well, though. We put the car on a jack. The wheel's deflating. We just talked to Vasily, and we're going to fix it in his bathhouse. But why does it have to happen now of all times? This is a spare wheel with a different radius, and we have a tire without a rim because it didn't arrive. We took off the wheel. It's freezing outside, negative 40. I'm very cold, and I can't feel my feet at all. Here we go. Tire fitting in the bathhouse. We're going to steam our wheel now. Alex Kondrashov, you shouldn't have skipped this trip. You probably knew it was going to be like this. Here's our wheel. We've been fixing the tire for 3 hours, inflated it, warmed it up, and put it on the tire that came off when we were pulling the car with the winch. We packed the reindeer on top. We were out in the cold for about 5 hours, so we're leaving Yessey now. I can't feel my hands and feet. It's okay, though. We wanted it this way. It's now 11 p.m. in Moscow. Let me calculate this. It's 3 a.m. now here. Okay, we're off. 370 miles to go. On the way home, we met a hunter who had hunted a reindeer. I feel sorry for it. Is this the second one so far? What? Is this the second one? No, I got 3. You gonna bring them now? I mean, I shot 3 along the way. So they run and you drive after them? Yeah. Oh, I see them. What do you do with them afterwards? Sell them? Yeah. We bought a couple too. How much for a pound? $1.50. We got ours for 75. Where? In Yessey. Yeah, they're cheaper in Yessey. I have to transport mine to Tura, which is a cost. How do you transport them? Don't they check you at the checkpoint? Or do you transport them through the woods? No, I've got a license. I'm not sure if it was caught on camera. 5 deer ran across the road. We're at the guest house in Tura. We just arrived after a 24-hour drive. We left Yessey at 3 a.m. after fixing a flat tire, and now 24 hours later, we're here. There was nobody at the checkpoint where they said they would check our car, our deers on the way back, so we removed the rope ourselves and drove through. It looked like there was no one in the booth. Now we're going to check in and sleep. We brought our things in and set up this festive table. This soup was probably the most delicious I've had in the last few days. Really? Yeah, I'm eating it with a spoon at the table, not with my hands in the car. By the way, you know, I'm feeling a bit uncomfortable here. Maybe we should eat in the car. Anyway, we'll tell you all about the trip in detail later. Right now, we're starving. We only have about 3 to 4 hours to sleep. In bed. Right, in bed. We'll tell you everything tomorrow. Good morning. We woke up and decided to fly to Krasnoyarsk instead of driving for another 2 days. We'll leave the car here and someone will pick it up later. My uncle's friend asked us to transport his dog named Lada to Krasnoyarsk, so we're taking her with us. This is a hunting dog. This is like business class, and Dima's an economy class. Don't talk to me. We're in Krasnoyarsk, picking up our luggage. Now, we're going to buy tickets to fly to Sochi and Moscow. Well, we bought our tickets. I'm leaving for Sochi in an hour, and Dima is leaving for Moscow in 4 hours. We decided to have a beer together. We're exhausted. This trip was tough, and I think it was one of the most challenging ones we've been on. We gained a lot of experience and learned how to behave in the far north and what to consider when equipping a car. In the end, we drove 500 miles from Novosibirsk to Krasnoyarsk, 1,600 miles from Krasnoyarsk to Yessey, and then another 370 miles from Tura back to Krasnoyarsk before flying home. Very kind and responsive people live in Yessey. Well, I guess in general, there are very kind and responsive people in the north. We got to know Vasily from Yessey. He'll watch this, so a big hello to him and his spouse. We are considering going with Vasily from Lake Yessey on a snowmobile for 90 miles to the Putarana Plateau. He invited us, and then fishing and traveling there. I think it'll also be a cool and interesting trip. We'll see, and maybe give it a try. Alex Kondrashov, it's a pity you didn't go with us. You would have loved it. We are looking forward to our cool movie on your channel. We'll read the comments. Bye for now.